In response to the pandemic, relief funds were distributed by the government. But these funds were funneled into bureaucratic systems historically mired with racial and gender inequities. FVLC's policy team has been working to ensure that relief funds benefit survivors and others most impacted by this pandemic.
Domestic violence is the leading cause of homelessness for women. And once women are unhoused, they are at greater risk of sexual assault and domestic violence. During the pandemic, most of the jobs lost were jobs held by women, increasing the risk of homelessness for women significantly. Despite these facts, homeless service systems do not serve women well. As pandemic relief funds and strategies were developed, the FVLC team advocated at the county level to ensure that unhoused and precariously housed survivors would have access to the support they needed. We brought together other agencies with the same mission of supporting gender-based violence survivors and successfully advocated for the county to allocate hotel vouchers for those in need. We also led advocacy efforts to set aside 10% of the emergency housing vouchers now available in Alameda County, specifically for survivors. At Family Violence Law Center, we're building a movement of gender-based violence advocates across the county that is changing how our systems respond to survivors in need.
School-aged youth are another group that has been impacted significantly by this pandemic. FVLC's youth team wasn't sure whether teens would be interested in engaging in our youth leadership development program remotely, while they struggled with online learning and missed their usual social and extracurricular activities. FVLC's program provides youth with social justice frameworks and analysis so that they can place dating and sexual violence in a broader context of gender and racial justice. We use this lens of healthy and harmful relationships as a way to enter into broader discussions about social justice and racial and gender equity.
When the shelter-in-place order was enacted, FVLC had recently welcomed a new youth cohort of our in-person program, the Relationship Abuse Prevention Program, RAP, and we paused the program. Within a month, we were able to resume the cohort remotely using Zoom and incorporating elements like breakout rooms and a virtual whiteboard to replicate normal program elements. While eating snacks together at each cohort meeting was an element we were not able to continue, we began ordering a meal using delivery services for each participant and staff person so everyone could eat together during a cohort session. We have rediscovered the importance of community and connection and food as we have learned how to foster these things during this difficult time. We've also found that during these challenging times, youth are hungry for our programming. Despite the Zoom fatigue and frustration they experience, they still come to actively participate in the program because it provides them with a way to connect meaningfully with their peers and address the social justice issues most relevant to them. The programs at FVLC are feeding the youth in our community and our staff to be in creative conversation about how to address seemingly intractable issues. In the words of a youth in one of our recent cohorts, we have conversations that we usually wouldn't have elsewhere.
FVLC's mission is to help diverse communities in Alameda County heal from domestic violence and sexual assault, advocating for justice and healthy relationships. We provide survivor-centered legal and crisis intervention services, offer prevention education for youth and other community members, and engage in policy work to create systemic change. Now, more than ever, we are dedicated to fulfilling this mission. Now, more than ever, the survivors FVLC serves need your support. Can we count on you?